This is what you call a not lunch live, or a dinner live, after dinner live. After Lori files a motion for a retrial live. Lauren still has a cough live. Lauren's out, I'm out and about. I just purchased a new blush and I can't wait. We got to talk. Okay. Hello, Golden Girl. Now I know everybody's here for sure. So I did a live show earlier today. Many of you know, it was same outfit, same me. And I talked about Lori's motion for a retrial, right? She wants a redo. Of course she does. Of course she does. And I said in that live, I want to know how the state's going to respond. Well, the state hasn't responded to everything. They're preparing a response. And in preparing for that response, let me tell you what has come down on the docket tonight. So we already have, the next episode in this season. Here we go. This comes down from the state of Arizona versus Lori and Daybell, aka Lori Daybell. They actually took Vallow out for this one, so we are official. So sometimes they'll put Vallow in there, even though it's not our legal name, just to remind people. But here we go. The state's motion for defendants' correctional health services records. The state of Arizona. That cough. The state of Arizona, through undersigned counsel, requests this court order correctional health services, hereby CHS, release defendants' medical records from Thursday, May 29th, 2025 to June 12th, 2025 to the state and defendant. Those are the dates of the trial. The defendant has filed a motion for a new trial. Indeed, she has. We covered it today. One of the defendant's allegations is a violation of her Fourth Amendment due to her allegedly being too sick to proceed with jury selection and or trial. Indeed, that was one of her main allegations. Well, since the defendant has made the issue of her illness relevant in her motion for a new trial, the state is requesting that the court order CHS provide copies of the defendant's medical records to the state and defendant, in other words, to Lori and to Trina K, no later than July 11th, 2025, to allow the parties time to review them and file any supplemental argument based upon those records. Submitted this 24th day of June, 2025. Signed by Trina K, Deputy County Attorney. And it's been also copied in email to the Honorable Judge Boreski, Judge of the Superior Court, and to Lori Vallow. There's Vallow. Lori Vallow Daybell, booking number, and let them know that she's over on Lower Buckeye Road, hanging out there in Phoenix, as well as to Pamela Hicks, her counsel. So it's sent to everyone, and again, signed by Trina K, Deputy County Attorney. So a few things we can gather from this. Lori claims that her HIPAA rights were violated. It sounds like not even the state has a copy of the health services report. They want it so that they can accurately respond to her allegations. She says she has a virus. She says then she has a bacterial infection and then she needs bacterial medication, which many point out is in contradiction to one another. Trust me, I know. And they need to know what's wrong with her. She says she's vomiting. She says she's too sick to stand trial. I'm realizing not even the state knows what's going on here. And in order to respond, I love it, Tony, love the emojis. They kind of need to know what everything says. I'm sure that Lori's going to scream and say, no, HIPAA violation. No, actually, we kind of need to know. I also want to point out how interesting the date is. I just want to point out they want this by July 11th. That is before the sentencing. So they're going to put this to bed before the sentencing. B, July 11th, I want you to point out, is the anniversary of Charles Vallow's murder. He was murdered July 11th, 2019. So this is officially 6 days from his murder that they want Lori's medical records released. Yeah. So there you go. Trina K is on it. We lay out her motion for a retrial, and Trina K is like, okay, you want to play ball? Not too worried about this claim of HIPAA violation, because guess what? It's not a violation if we need to address this allegation of yours. So sit down. I love all the Shih Tzu emojis going on. Sit down. And we need this. And I'm sure, I'm going to speculate here. I'm going to speculate that Judge Bresky, and I'm going to speculate that this happens, that the state will be given her medical records so that they can respond appropriately to her allegations. So, yeah, let her be gone. And yeah, that date. So, there you go. That's the latest. I'm out and about spending a little bit of money that John, you know, thank goodness he just let me know that I need to slow down on my purchases. But you know, I'm over here shopping. And this came down while I was in Home Goods, if I'm going to be honest, looking at some furniture that I'm not going to buy. Don't worry, Dr. John. Don't worry, babe. And this came down on the docket, and I saw it, and I'm like, dude, I've got to just go run to the car and tell you guys what's going on. If you haven't seen my live from earlier today, go check it out. I lay out everything that Lori is claiming the state is saying, or everything Lori is claiming that is in violation of her rights. And this is the first response from the state, a request to see her medical records. They need to know how to address if she was too sick. I also love Trina K's use of alleged in this order, if you guys caught that. Allegedly, she was too sick. Allegedly, you know, she was really ill, and allegedly she couldn't, you know, she was too sick to stand trial. So allegedly, they're going to try to figure out what was allegedly wrong with Lori Daybell. And yeah, so there you go. I'm sure we'll have more soon. Stay with me. I keep saying I'm done with her. I want to be done with her. We might soon be done with Lori. The state's done with her. I don't know if that means that we'll ever see what is in her records. Let me speculate. They're asking for the records to be released to both the defendant and the state, not publicly. But in order to address her allegations, which are really bad, right? Like, Lori is alleging her constitutional rights have been violated. And so in order to address, you know, her motion for a retrial, they have to address her allegations directly, and that would be what's wrong with her. So I wonder if we will all find out what infection she's dealing with that was both a virus and needing antibiotics in this motion, to be determined. Anyway, that's the latest. That's what's going on. It's getting dark. I'm going to go home. Yeah, I'm going to go call John. He called me, actually. I said, John, I'm putting you on Do Not Disturb, but if you call twice, you're going to override it, so don't. I'm going live. He goes, okay. Anyway, I'm going to go take off. That's the latest. To be continued. All right. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.